7 disturbing 90-day fiance moments. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Film Explosion. TLC's 90-Day Fiance has quickly grown from reality show to TV empire with high ratings and a whopping 5 spin-offs. The series documents the lives of international couples as foreign-born fiancés move to the United States to get married, though Americans go to their partners' countries in the spin-offs 90 Day Fiance the other way and 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. The couples must deal with cultural differences, adjust to changing family dynamics, and decide in just a few months if they truly want to get married. With that said, here are 7 disturbing 90 Day Fiance moments. Number 1.
Oh, it's tiny. How am I supposed to sleep then?
Leda Margaretha's American dream came to a swift halt when she found out she flew all the way from her Indonesian comforts to share a twin bed with her fiancé in a trash-filled apartment in Wisconsin. It was clear that this 90-Day Fiancé star, who was used to a life of luxury, struggled with her choice when she realized Eric Rosenbrook was flat out broke. An uncomfortable argument eventually breaks out, stemming from Eric's child support payments. The Indonesian star claims her parents paid the equivalent of $300,000. The Indonesian star claims her parents paid the equivalent of $300,000 US for her first wedding. Yet she's forced to marry Eric in what looks like to be a motel conference room. From the outside, the child support argument seems like a cultural difference. That's in the very least how Eric frames it. But according to Vice, it's simply not true. Indonesia has a similar child support laws to America, so take that as you will. Either way, Leda breaks down and threatens to call off the wedding. I feel like I'm forcing myself to get married with you because I don't want to leave this country, she finally admits. Telling your immigration sponsor boyfriend you only want a green card is crazy uncomfortable. Couples with striking age gaps can be a bit awkward in their own right.
And shortly after we moved here, she changed radically.
And Nikki and Mark from 90 Day Fiancé do a bang-up job illustrating just that. 19-year-old Nikki arrived at the airport to meet her 58-year-old fiancé, Mark, and the circus of awkward began. The pair managed to make us uncomfortable right out of the gate. Once the pair left the airport and began their car ride journey to their home, they didn't settle in much at all. Nikki placed her hand on the car window, which is a bit disturbing of a gesture in and of itself, and immediately got scolded by her much older man. He told her that touching the car windows was not allowed, and this was a rule that he had when his children were younger. Comparing your children's actions to your future bride is super weird, Mark. Number 3, money woes exposed.
What? The keyed idiot into the driver's side door.
The ever-doomed Jorge and Anfisa make a second appearance on this list and perhaps earn the title of the most awkward couple to grace 90 Day Fiancé. Pretty much everything these two did make us roll our eyes at the television screen. Jorge convinced his betrothed that he was raking in the dough, making him far more attractive in her eyes than he would have been otherwise. After all, Anfisa isn't exactly a deep human being, so she was hoping her husband-to-be would show her the money. Well, at some point, Jorge's stretch of the truth came crashing down, and he had to reveal his little princess that not only was he not a millionaire, but he was also in a heap of debt. Maybe that is why she keyed up his car. Number 4, David forces Annie to live in a rent-free storage unit.
Like a snap the finger, he is a different person.
Ever since season 5 of 90 Day Fiancé, it seemed like David Toborowski would do almost anything to not have a job. Chris Steinemann, who deserves the trophy for Friend of the Century, has continuously tried to make sure his best pal has the tools to get back on his feet, but it's more or less been futile. After what seems like months of employment, the entrepreneur finally offers David a partnership in his restaurant, which David of course rejects, after he's essentially cut off from his cash cow. While David has put his wife Annie Suwon through some less than ideal living situations, things get ultra awkward when they're forced to move out of Steinemann's renovated firehouse and into what's essentially a storage unit. Who can really blame Annie for being mad about that? At least the rent is free, but it comes at a price. Annie can't shower for more than 2 minutes because the hot water heater is extremely small. There's no stove, and they can't open a window. Honestly, for a storage unit, a window seems like a luxury, but the whole thing is still pretty uncomfortable. Fans will be happy to know that, according to Screen Rant, this move was only temporary. Number 5, Anfisa learned learned Jorge met with divorce lawyers during the 90 Day Fiance shoot. In 90 Day Fiance Season 4, Jorge welcomed his Russian-born fiancée, Anfisa, to California, and soon their relationship was in trouble. As noted by Cosmopolitan, Anfisa and Jorge's family did not get along. Anfisa seemed to only be in the relationship for the money, and when Jorge came clean about not being a millionaire, their relationship began to crumble. Still, the two married and went on to star in 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After, where in one episode, Jorge and his sister, Lourdes, met with a lawyer to consider Jorge's divorce options. Then, later in the season, a producer mentioned the meeting to the couple. "When was the last time you talked to Lourdes?" the producer asked. "Was it when you went to the divorce lawyers?" Anfisa, shocked to hear this, asked Jorge to tell the truth, though Jorge denied the meeting. "I didn't go to no lawyers," he said. "What are they talking about?" Cut to footage of Jorge and his sister talking to a lawyer about getting a divorce. Anfisa, not falling for her husband's claims, said, "You're just making yourself look stupid right now." Number 6. When Molly Hopkins brought home her brand new fiance, Luis Mendez, things pretty much imploded right from the start. There's a difficult age difference, the awkward conversations where Luis encourages Molly's teen daughter to be sexually active, and the fact that this 90 Day Fiance couple was actually secretly married the entire time. If that wasn't bad enough, Luis has a really strange gripe with Molly that made most of us sitting at home scratching our heads. The argument in question devolves very quickly into a contest about who is the holiest person in the couple. Luis claims Molly was not comprehensible and has mixed too many religious totems around the house. He also criticizes her for having a Buddha, but not a single Bible or anything that has to do with a Christian God. Luis then starts asking Molly if she knows about witchcraft. Molly, who is just trying to see if her husband was prepared to be a dad, is absolutely perplexed. "You're blaming an owl with a candle on the fact that you are a pain to my kids," she screams. Well, when you put it that way, talk about uncomfortable things. Number 7. Pointing Finger Palooza. Number 7. Pointing Finger Palooza. Watching these wannabe couples desperately try and convince us viewers that they like each other as they simultaneously try and convince themselves the same thing is some seriously good television. Drama is pretty much unavoidable with a television show premise like this one. Drama and awkwardness were taken to a whole other level when Lauren put some of the other couples on blast during a tell-all special when she accused other couples of being frauds and making the K1 visa process look bad to viewers. All of this finger pointing spiraled out of control really fast, eventually resulting in a screaming match of several reality television stars. It doesn't get more uncomfortable that everybody's sitting around on set accosting each other, does it? This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.